everyone, welcome back to the another video of Nias Academy. So friends, from the previous videos we have been learning about the jigs and fixtures. In the previous video we have learned about the location principle, that is nothing but the 3-2-1 principle. And now in this video we are going to learn about the clamping system, the principle of clamping, why clamping is necessary in jigs and fixtures. So over here you can see chuck. Chuck is the one of the majority. Okay, chuck is one of the widest used clamping device in lathe machine. So what is the significance of the clamping that we are going to learn in this particular video. So clamping systems. A clamping system must hold the workpiece firmly against the locating element, and the cutting force is developed during the operation without causing a damage to it. Means a clamping system should be rigid in such a way that it should withstand all the cutting forces. Over here on lathe machine, we can carry out the turning operation, facing operation, drilling operation. This chuck should withstand all of those operations. It should withstand the forces which gets generated during the cutting. The speed of the operation, operator fatigue, and strategic positioning are considered while designing of the clamping system. Okay, so over here the speed of the clamping, how easily we can fit our workpiece into this particular chuck. The speed of the clamping, operator fatigue should be less. Okay, the clamping should be very easy. Okay, in order to clamp the workpiece, also in order to remove the that workpiece from this clamping system, it should be easy. The clamping device should be incorporated into jigs or fixture. Proper clamping in official directly influences the accuracy and the quality of the work done. The proper clamping, this particular proper clamping affects the overall accuracy of the product. So this is the reason the clamping is very essential, and clamping should be done in a proper way. So friends, what are the different principles of the clamping? Okay, how these jigs and fixtures clamping device is selected on which principles? The first is nothing but the position. So if we talk about the position, the clamping should be positioned at thicker sections of the workpiece. Okay, so suppose here is the clamp. This particular clamp exerts a force on the workpiece. Okay, this is my workpiece. If the thickness of the workpiece is very less, so it will deform. This clamping force will deform my workpiece. So that should not happen. So that's why the clamping system should be positioned at thicker sections of the workpiece. The clamping should be positioned to direct to the clamping force on a strong supported part of the workpiece. So clamping should be done at the supported part of the workpiece. So over here, this is my clamp. Okay, this particular clamp exerts a particular pressure, okay, on my workpiece. So this is my workpiece. This is the workpiece. Okay, so this particular, and at the bottom section here is my locating pin. So this is nothing but the locating pin. So clamping, okay, clamping force shall be directed towards the supports and locators for a proper clamping. So while designing jigs and fixtures clamping system, so this point we need to take into consideration. So friends, over here you can see clamp shall be directly in line with the support. This particular clamp, and this is my support. This is my clamp and this is my support. So that was on the top, means this particular force is acting directly on this. Over here, this is my clamping pin. Okay, screw clamp. And here is my locating pin. Here is the clamping, here is the locating. So clamping force shall be directed towards the support and locators. Clamping on unsupported parts. Clamping on unsupported parts bends or slenders the workpieces, okay, affects the accuracy of the operation. Unsupported parts blends or slenders the workpieces. Suppose this particular workpiece, okay, this is a piston head. Suppose it is having a huge length, okay, so from the other side, from by using the tailstock, we need to support that. So unsupported parts If there will be some unsupported part, there will be the chances of bending or deformation, and also along the entire length it affects the different accuracy of the different operations such as the turning and facing. It affects that, it will affect all of those operations. Clamping system should not obstruct loading and unloading of the workpiece. Means clamping should be easy in such a way that loading and unloading of the workpiece into jig or fixture, okay, it should not obstruct that loading and unloading of the workpiece. Clamping system should not obstruct the paths of cutting tool. Also, operator should be able to operate the clamps very easily and effectively. That was regarding the position of the workpiece in the clamp. Moving ahead, next is nothing but the strength. Strength of the clamp. The clamping system should be capable to hold the workpiece securely against the forces developed during the operation. A clamping system should be capable of unaffected by vibration generated during an operation. So while cutting operation or while grooving operation, okay, it generates the vibration. So clamping device should be capable to be unaffected by those vibrations. A clamping force should not dent or damage the workpiece with excessive pressure. Also, this particular chuck, okay, this particular chuck or else jaws should not, exert more pressure. So it could damage the surface on the top of this particular workpiece. So clamping force should not dent or damage the workpiece. For clamping weak and fragile workpiece, clamping force should be equally distributed over the wide area of the workpiece. So this particular piston head, it is made of the metal. It is not a weak or fragile workpiece. If the workpiece is very weak or fragile, the clamping force should be distributed over the area of the workpiece. While clamping the soft workpieces, the clamp should be fitted with the pads and softer materials such as the nylon or fiber. So for the softer materials, the clamping workpieces should be there. So this particular end of this toggle clamp, it is made up of the nylon rubber. So for the, that is mainly for the soft workpieces. Clamping faces should be hardened by proper treatment to minimize their wearing out. So this particular whole of the chuck, it is a very hardened steel. It is made up of the hardened steel by proper heat treatment to minimize their wearing out. So if you look at the life of the chuck is on the higher side. Majority of the chucks last over the decades. Next is nothing but the productivity. So when we talk about the productivity, we need to consider the time. Clamping time should be minimized by using the head knobs, handle, tommy bar, or the, all these hexagonal nut, or we can call it as the, uh, the clamping time. Cam operated clamp is there. So clamping type could be reduced by using all of these clamps. Okay, this is nothing but the quick action hand nut. The clamping type is reduced. Clamping time is reduced by using this quick action hand nut. And the last is nothing but the operator fatigue. The operator fatigue should be taken into account. Clamping should be operator friendly. Clamping should be very easy and less time consuming. Also, the maintenance of this clamping system should be easy. If considerable number of clamps are to be tightened or loosened repeatedly, it is better to use a pneumatic or hydraulic clamping, which reduces the operator fatigue and saves the clamping time. Hand nuts are more convenient for the operator than the hexagonal nuts because the spanner is not required to tighten them. So these particular nuts are the hand nuts. These are more convenient than that of this hexagonal nut. Hexagonal nut requires the different spanners, but these hand knobs doesn't require any spanners or something like that. So that was nothing but the all the principles of the clamping that we have seen. First, we have seen the position, strength of the clamping system, or productivity and the operator fatigue. So friends, I hope you have learned the principles of the clamp and the need of the clamping system while designing the jigs and fixtures. So I hope you like my video. If you having any doubts, any queries, please feel free to comment, and please subscribe to my educational channel, Junas Academy. So friends, in the next video, we will be learning about the different clamping devices in the machine shop. So till then, please stay tuned with Engineers Academy.